The moon is about to be hit. A giant asteroid is on a direct course, and this time, no one is sure it'll miss. If the impact happens, billions of tons of lunar rock and dust will be blasted into space, and some of it will come crashing back toward Earth. Think you're safe? Wait until fragments of the moon turn the night sky into a violent meteor storm. But that's only the beginning. The story of Asteroid 2024 YR4 will make you see the moon in a completely different light. Asteroid 2024 YR4. The name sounds dry, harmless, buried deep in NASA's data. But behind that code lies a massive space rock, nearly 70 meters long and weighing tens of thousands of tons, roughly the size of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like many before it, it's a near-Earth object, an asteroid whose orbit crosses dangerously close to Earth and the Moon. But this time, something's different. The trajectory of 2024 YR4 has scientists on edge. It's hurtling toward the Moon at over 18,000 miles per hour, and it's going to pass closer than ever before. Asteroids passing near Earth happen almost daily, and most just drift by unnoticed. But 2024 YR4 isn't a harmless flyby. This is a direct path, a high-risk crossing. So high, in fact, that observatories worldwide have switched to hourly tracking. If it hits the Moon, the impact would be the strongest in thousands of years, carving out a crater over a kilometer wide. But that's just the beginning. The real danger lies in what comes after. Because the Moon has no atmosphere to contain debris, the explosion would launch billions of tons of dust and rock into space. Some of it will float off harmlessly, but some will fall back toward Earth. We could witness a brilliant meteor shower, but also face serious threats to satellites, space stations, and even global communication systems. The real problem isn't just the impact, it's that humanity has no shield, no defense for the Moon, and none for ourselves against disasters like this. If the impact happens, the first moment will unfold in total silence. No sound, no explosion, just a flash of light flaring on the Moon's surface. Blink once, and part of the Moon is already torn apart. Asteroid 2024 YR4 would carve out a crater over a kilometer wide, blasting billions of tons of lunar rock and dust into space. The larger fragments would drift into orbit around the Moon. But millions of smaller pieces, from pebble-sized chunks to fine dust, would be pulled toward Earth by gravity. Within days, the night sky would erupt into a violent meteor storm. But these won't be the beautiful shooting stars you're used to. These are pieces of the Moon itself, falling at tens of kilometers per second, igniting the atmosphere, leaving blazing trails across the sky. It would be the most breathtaking sight humanity has ever witnessed, and possibly the most dangerous. Satellites orbiting Earth would be hit first. Even a fragment just a few millimeters wide could destroy a communication satellite, a GPS unit, or even military hardware. If the impact is big enough, the threat could extend to space stations, global networks, and even future crewed missions. We've always thought of the Moon as a silent guardian, taking the hits so Earth doesn't have to. But this time, if the Moon gets struck, it won't be a shield anymore. It'll become the source of the next great threat. We've always assumed that if an asteroid hits the Moon, that would be the end of it. But the truth is, the impact would only be the beginning. A chain reaction far beyond human control. Fragments from the Moon, even ones as small as a fingertip, returning to Earth at tens of kilometers per second, could cause damage on par with some of the worst meteor strikes in history. Our entire global satellite infrastructure, telecommunications, GPS, weather monitoring, even military satellites would all be at risk. And if even one critical satellite goes down, the consequences could ripple across the globe. Unstable communication networks, GPS outages, and temporary failures in national security systems. Worse still, destroyed satellites would generate thousands more fragments, triggering a domino effect in orbit. A growing debris field, known as the Kessler syndrome, that could make launching new satellites nearly impossible for years. And that's when we'd be forced to face a brutal truth. Humanity has no real defense, not for the Moon, and not for Earth. Against threats like this, humanity once proudly launched spacecraft beyond the solar system. We set foot on the Moon, sent satellites to Mars, and believed we had conquered space. But sometimes, all it takes is one nameless rock drifting silently in the dark to remind us of one uncomfortable truth: we are still fragile, in a universe far bigger than we care to admit. No one knows for sure whether asteroid 2024 YR4 will strike the moon, but that uncertainty, that is the most terrifying part. It exposes something we don't like to admit. We still have no real plan to protect ourselves from cosmic disasters. We still look up at the night sky, seeing the moon as something eternal, always there, unchanged. But one day, in just a single moment, that familiar image could be altered forever. And if that day comes, maybe the only thing we'll be able to do is watch in silence and accept it. Do you think humanity is truly ready to defend itself from the universe? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want to stay ahead of what's quietly coming our way, subscribe to this channel.